It's true that we face many obstacles, but I think this is the reality of development. If you want an easy field, if you want an easy job, if you want an easy career, don't pick that field. My name is Arlan, I'm from France and we are in Bhubaneswar, India. I am working with OSVSWA, a local organization. I'm a project manager for climate change adaptation. It means that from the design of the project to the implementation and even sometimes to the monitoring and evaluation, I participate in all the steps of the project and programs we implement. 70% of the population in the state of Orissa depends on farming. So they are on the front line of climate change because the fields are less and less fertile, mostly because they rely on rain-fed agriculture and the rain is more and more erratic. There is also salinization, the salt entering through the coastal areas deeper and deeper into the fields that make the fields basically not productive at all, and heat waves.
In the remote and tribal villages, the farmers are small farmers, so whatever they produce, they can manage with the production for almost 6 months earlier. But now, because of this situation of the climate change, whatever they get, they cannot manage, for the 3 months to 4 months they can manage only. For the rest of the period, they have to go to the cities and they have to migrate.
When we think about climate change, migration is not the first thing that comes to our mind, but actually migration is one of the primarily consequences, also one of the immediate answer the communities are able to give to it. It might sound very paradoxical, but migration in a way can prevent permanent migration because those seasonal workers can go, still have a livelihood without having all their family to be relocated. So I see it as a consequence, but also as an opportunity to address climate change or to adapt to it. Currently, I am conducting a study on climate change-induced migration, so linking my two favorite topics. And I really believe this study, if conducted seriously and with the right support, can make a difference within the state of Orissa.
Research is very important because nobody has proved that climate change induces migration. If this study goes in that detail and the tools can be developed in such a way that this proves this hypothesis, this will be a good contribution. And it's not only research anymore. There are many offshoots that has come. Some organizations have shown interest, some will be putting resources, some will be putting human resources. It's basically putting a system in place in the government, in the state.
The organization I work with is very small. It means that there are not so many colleagues and few of them speak English. The opportunities for collaboration were very limited, but somehow it turned out to be an opportunity itself because you have to grow and to find your way out of the difficulties you face. So it hasn't always been easy, but now I feel much stronger in the way that I feel more capable to lead a project from its inception towards its end. So in this way, it's pretty amazing. I would recommend EUAV program to those who want to take a shift within their career and those who want to be challenged, because it might sound easy as it's a volunteering opportunity, but it's not at all. It's extremely challenging both on personal and professional levels. You have to cope up somehow. So I learned to trust myself, to go ask, inquire when I need help, and in that way I feel like now I could deal with any environment.